Yeah, no, we gotta come over here and grab them.
Hey, come over here, please.
They're all. I didn't roll them this time, or put them in the fryer.
May I ask what's going on? Because why am I being called in here? For one, I did respond to radio chat. If you just reread your message, I put 10-4. But what in the world is going on here?
It's not that. Go ahead, shut the door. Thank you. So here's the issue. Okay. When there's an officer down call, I have received multiple reports about this. So as of right now, you're going to be on desk duty for the detective unit. There will be no responding to the calls. This is my.
You haven't even let me talk. I put currently busy as soon as I got out of the garage. I was attending the event, whatever, the marathon event. So I put 10-4 for radio check. But for one, I've been currently busy doing the marathon, like I said. And, like, you know, if this is going to be a problem, Jart, you're barely on here. Okay, I get you are part of detective unit. But if this is the case, like, If you have concerns, you need to talk to Chief, Donovan, or Edge, because I've been with them all day and doing a lot of stuff, and I haven't even been on really today at all. So I've been like busy doing IRL stuff. Every now and then, yes, I'll pop in, but like seriously, like I do respond to calls. It may not seem like to Kyle or Adeline, who's always up my ass 24/7, but you know, it's just like, yeah. Anywho, so if you have a problem, you need to talk to Donovan, Edge, or Chief, because I have been doing my work and I do respond to calls. It may probably not look like it, but I do. Because you can talk to Donovan about that, you can talk to Edge about that, you can talk to Chief about that. Like I said, when I first arrived here, I first logged on and I was like, oh, I saw an event. So I was like, okay, I'm going to currently join the event. So what did I do before I got out of the garage? I'm currently busy because I was attending the event. So what do you want me to say? Currently busy attending the event. I mean, honestly, if you're currently busy, you can even talk to Eagle about this, because Eagle and I have talked about this. Like the minute you put currently busy, you don't have to respond to anything. But I do it because, you know, it's respectful. So I'm not AFK. I'm not disregarding the whole shots fired. I was currently busy. So if you have a problem about this, you can talk to Chief, because I'm not gonna, yeah, anywho. That's that.
It's not about that. Okay, I've already seen body cam footage of everything that's happened today. Even though I have not been on, I have still been seeing body cam footage. I mean, do you want to explain everything that's going on? Because with my officers right here, I have also had Edge actually confirm everything that I have done seen. So, I mean, if there's going to be an issue with this unit,
We are asking for him. He's busy. But may I ask a question? Because it's been like on my mind. Like, why do you always ask for Donovan to confirm the stuff for you? Like, it's really been bugging me. Every time you're getting questioned, you ask for Donovan. You ask for us to confirm it with Donovan.
I said you can talk to Donovan, you can talk to Chief, and you can talk to Edge about it.
What is going on? What is going on up here?
Exactly. I don't know what the fuck is going on here, because these two, Adeline and Kyle, no, stop! Kyle and Adeline has been, like, I did nothing nice but Kyle and Adeline, and I don't know, honestly, I don't know what I did wrong to the both of y'all, because I do respond to calls, I do my job when I'm on. I wasn't even barely on today.
But you just said you were with Chief and Edge, or not Chief, you were with Donovan and Edge all day. You are being recorded right now.
Not all.
You literally
not
said
all
that.
Day. Not all day. I did not say all fucking day.
No, hold on.
I'm done with this bullshit because Dar, you're barely on here. Kyle, you're always been a problem. Adeline, I've always had your back. And then since day one, you're like, oh, I don't know what's wrong with her. Like, I don't know. You know what? I don't want to be a part of this unit because, you know what? I don't want to work with people like you. Honestly, you know what? I can't wait for the new update to come out because I'm leaving. Like, this ain't a team anymore. Like, this is fucking bullshit. This is all nothing but drama. This ED department is going downhill fast. And I'm tired of sitting back trying to work with everybody and like, I've been going through real life shit. My son has brain cancer, okay? I just recently got that. Like, okay, I'm taking this shit in Regame. I know it's non-real play. My son recently got diagnosed with type 4 cancer, brain cancer. Also, I have brain cancer. And, you know, recently I just had somebody who died. Like, I don't come onto this game to join fucking drama. Like, you know, I'm tired of this bullshit. I really am. So, you know what? When DFG gets back on, I'm quitting because I'm done with this fucking bullshit. Because at first, this ain't, you know, I'm done. I'm done.
What is going on? I don't understand.
Because Kyle and Adeline always causes fucking problems. Everybody does. And I'm done with this bullshit. I'm done with it.
But what is going on? I don't understand what is
personal vehicle a minute ago, and I asked why she didn't have to put currently busy, because when we leave, if we didn't, we would be in trouble. This is the only thing I said. Sorry, y'all. I'm like dying in real life here. I can't breathe, so.
So I want to. All right, Jeff. What unit are you in?
We are the undercover unit, and we have been tasked by Chief over 2 weeks ago to conduct an investigation into Roxanne. He is on board with our decision right now.
But this sounds more like it should be an IA problem right now at this point.
IA is not brought into it because of Donovan, which is why I asked her flat out, why is she having Donovan cover for her over and over?
Oh, come in. Okay, but undercover is not to do interrogations and stuff
and
like that.
Paul
That's
Crane
IA's
is
job.
Paul Crane is up to date on the investigation. Donovan is not.
Paul, is this true? Are you up to date on this?
What investigation?
Roxanne.
I haven't been told shit.
You're in the Discord.
Okay, so
What
Edison,
Discord?
Hold on. So Edison, what's going on is if Roxanne has all this stuff, personal stuff going on, I mean, my officers over here can even tell you, I'm not that hard to actually communicate with. If you just anybody messages me and says, hey, look, I need to take a break, I need to get some IRL stuff done, that wouldn't have been an issue. But with everything that's going on, I'm receiving body cam footages about Roxanne just standing around, and then automatically disappearing, not putting 10-6, 10-12, or even out of service. That's what's pissed me off.
You're not understanding what I'm saying. What I'm saying is undercover is tasked with looking into it, gathering footage. IA is who conducts the investigation. That's internal affairs. Paul is telling me that he's not aware of any of this. I understand if Donovan's not, but why is Paul not aware of this? He should be the one asking questions.
So I understand there was an investigation over it. I'm not part of any Discord but like, I'm not sure what you guys are talking about.
Paul, the problem is, okay, look, I understand what y'all are saying. I get every bit of it. But my problem right now is that you guys call everybody up here. There's not a single gen up here.
False.
The
We
only
did not call everybody up here. We called Edge, Donovan, and Roxanne up here.
Yeah, I understand that, but who's in here? Ed's not in here. Donovan's not in here. I don't even know if they're online. You guys are interrogating somebody. Like,
They are online. They responded to us. They are dealing with an event.
Kyle and Jared was standing here talking, and he told her to hang on a minute, and she was listening outside the wall, and then she come in here raising hell is what happened.
Yes,
He
that's
told her
what
to
she
hang
said.
on a minute.
We were waiting on Edge and Donovan to get here before anything as she barged in.
Oh, this is very
all I'm saying is I hope you guys did this by the book, because if not, then it just blew the whole thing.
And all we were doing was kicking her out of the undercover unit, which Jared does have the permission to do that. He is the commander of the undercover unit. And that is all this meeting was supposed to be.
But she also has that right. She joined, she passed. You guys gotta keep in mind, she's still.
So wait, I just got on. So what led up to the whatever? Like, I have no idea what's going on right now.
Okay, so this is what I'm doing now. Jared, I understand why you're mad, but you have to understand. She's in it because we get to watch her. Not only us, but IA as well. You can't just expect that take actions and not have any type of repercussion.
Well, can I say something, please?
She informed me that there is a lot of health issues going on, and she could have just said, hey, look, there's a lot of IRL stuff that I have going on. I'm just going to take a couple days just to try to get my business level up and stuff like that. And that wouldn't have been an issue, like, that's where I'm getting irritated at. I mean, you all know that I'm not that hard to really get in contact with. I check Discord pretty much every few hours. I mean, because
I get that, but you gotta also keep in mind, if you look at the documents on Wednesday Discord, she put a leave of absence. She already told myself and the others.
She's in my unit, right? That's where it would have come in to play, where she could have said, hey, Jar, I'm going on a LOA for a little bit. I'd have been like, okay, cool.
I mean, I get that. She put it in the Discord. That's the thing. All our job is to make sure that we check Discord daily, because that's where everything we ask for. If we ask for, a vacation, we just put it on the Discord, and who you get to talk to would say is yes or no to your vacation request. That's myself, DFG, Banks, and Chief. She doesn't. I get what you're saying, Jared, but at the same time, remember, we're still a PD. We're still a family, no matter what. She asked for leave of absence. Of course it's been granted, because nobody could approve it or denied it. For you, you've been gone constantly times, but again, I get it. It's IRL issues. She has the same thing. You cannot deny people because of you guys don't like that person. You know what I'm saying? She's still a human being. We still gotta treat them with respect and some type of dignity, and actually work civilized. Go ahead, Kyle.
So, alright, so this is
Go
my
ahead,
first
Kyle.
thing. My first thing. She took a leave of absence Wednesday. It is now Saturday. Why is she still on duty?
So she's not on vacation. She's on leave of absence. You can only get a 3, 5, or 7 day vacation. If she took a leave of absence longer than that, she's going to be in uniform.
But she's here, involved in police activity. Leave of absence Okay, you're still in uniform, but you shouldn't be here every day. You shouldn't be attending meetings. You shouldn't be issuing orders. You shouldn't be doing radio checks. Leave of absence means you are separating yourself from a stressful environment because you need to clear your head.
And a lot of people have a different meaning of leave of absence. You gotta keep in mind, she's still human. Maybe she does it because in her mentality, well, I'm not saying her mentality, but remember, each person reduce stress differently. Me, I play video games. I reduce my stress. I don't think about IRL stuff.
And I completely understand that.
What is PD's meaning of leave of absence?
Okay, leave of absence that, well, you're not gonna get kicked. I don't know if you're not active or if you are active. You know what I'm
But
saying?
she's been
Leave of
active
absence
every day.
pretty-
She can't take leave of absence to use as an excuse for when she has a mental breakdown. Her last rep, she swore that she would never swear and cuss at us again. And it is on body cam in this video of her swearing at us, using the F word, calling us being up her ass. Because it is nothing personal. We were assigned by the chief to investigate her. We were assigned by the chief to investigate her. He is on board with this decision right now.
Can I
And
ask a
right now,
question?
my body cam has her snapping off again like she did the other day. If she is not terminated, I am going to admin. I'm done fucking with her shit. I'm done allowing her to keep getting away with this because she has Donovan in her pocket and her IRL relations with Peter. It's not fair to the rest of us who are trying to play this game.
Can I ask a question?
Go ahead, Paul.
So my question is, with Chief gave you guys permission to investigate, right? So was it clear to question her at all through Chief, DFG, at all?
Again, Edge is part of both units. Edge is part of Undercover and Internal Affairs. He works with Internal Affairs. He is DFG, and he is part of the Undercover unit. He was asked to come here
Edge
to this
is-
meeting
hold on.
before.
Edge is not. Hold on. So let me correct you. Edge is not Internal Affairs. He's in loop with Internal Affairs. Edge is not Internal Affairs.
Then I misspoke. He is in the loop with Internal Affairs. He told me he works with Internal Affairs. Maybe not be in the unit, but however, he was asked to come to this meeting. He said that he and Donovan were currently setting up an event for us tomorrow at the gang houses. She was asked to sit outside until Edge got here. It is in the chat. Wait until Edge gets here. Hold on. She barged in here, storming off before we even spoke a word. Like, she snapped off as soon as she came up here, before we even said a word. She was not supposed to come in here. She was not getting interviewed or questioned until Edge got here. She came in here, started spewing off her mouth. And that is completely unacceptable.
Listen, I'm aware of the whole IA undercover investigation. Edge and Paul know why I'm aware of it, but from my understanding, it was supposed to be a mutual investigation through IA and undercover. Paul's telling me that he's not up to speed on any of this. And you guys are saying that you were going to terminate her from the undercover unit, and from my understanding, Edge has no knowledge of this.
Edge isn't the commander of the undercover unit. Jer is.
And I get that, but at the same time, I get that you're the commander, but you gotta keep in mind, you might set it up and everything, but who's been holding down the fort too? You have to.
Okay, what I'm not okay with though is I was standing here not saying a word to her, and she starts saying I'm stuck up her fucking ass and cause nothing but drama and this and that, and I did not say a word to her. Not a word.
That's what I'm saying. Like, we didn't even say anything. She literally came in here after being asked to wait outside until Edge got here, came in and started cussing and swearing at us again with her typical routine that I fucking quit. I fucking quit. That's not fair to us. If she wants to quit so bad, she should be terminated. She shouldn't keep getting chances.
Can y'all hear me? I'm sorry, my mic glitched up for a second.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Edge has been holding us down, bro. Edge is on every day. I see him on all the time. I haven't seen you on for like a week, bro. Like that's all I'm gonna say.
And it's not only if it's not me, it's also Gabe. You have to remember, we might be co-leaders, but at the same time, you have to remember, you also have to talk with us. We think about doing big decisions that you get rid of, her.
And Edge, it
The
is
reason
in the
why I want her
Discord.
in,
Hold on. You are in the Discord
I
as
know.
well.
Hold on, not trying to cut anybody off, but Edison, you can ask my officers here. I have been on almost every single day. You can even ask them. I'm not trying to be an asshole, but they can even tell you that I've been on almost every single day.
And he's been on Discord. And Edge is in Discord. And Edge saw that this was the plan tonight when Jared came online. Edge is aware because it's in the Discord. And the chief said, I support you.
Listen, what I'm saying, Jared was a colonel when I was a colonel. He had just gotten colonel right before I moved to major general. He's still at 71,000 medals moving to his next rank. That shows that he's not that active, bro.
I'm not saying he's not. But he was issued the position of commander. You know, just like chief. Chief is chief. He's on every day. Not very long, but he still checks in every day. The same as Jer. Yes, Paul.
So I want to ask, and I'm not trying to be a smart ass here, but Psycho, why is Psycho out here?
Psycho is part of the undercover unit, and he has also been providing intel and body cam footage and tailing Roxanne whenever she does her little shenanigans.
Okay. So is Psycho undercover right now, or is he on vacation? Because
that is up to Jer. I don't know.
She's on leave. You guys wanted to point out that she's on leave of absence, but she's on doing duties. If he's submitting body cam evidence when he's requested what do you call it? Vacation. That can't be happening. So, like, we're pointing out the point that she's on leave, but you guys have him present for police action, police duties, while he's on vacation.
Hold on. Let me get this straight. Alright, Psycho is one of my assistant commanders. Just like Edge is. He is one of my assistant commanders. And I've requested body cam from Roxanne twice. There has been no body cam given to me of anything. No messages, no nothing like that. So, I mean, there's failures to communicate on her part. I mean, if you look on the Discord, well, there is Roman, Psycho, Edge, and Gabe that are assistant commanders. So I had my assistant commander, Roman, Psycho, and Edge come up here.
Same as the generals do when...
Do you see the contradiction here?
No, hold on, wait. I'm about to fix that. Same as when fucking Kylie and Roxanne are on vacation. They are allowed to be called to general meetings even though they are on vacation. It is the exact same circumstances. They involve themselves in PD activities while they are on vacation if they are called to a general meeting.
Go ahead, Psycho.
The only thing that I have submitted while on vacation is just screenshots of radio chatter that I take whenever like Jer or Kyle or anybody isn't even on, just so I can hold it as evidence and I put it into the Discord fruit chat that we have on this open investigation. I have not been actively participating in police duties or interfering with any sort of police work while on vacation. Let's just make that clear and for the record.
I mean, I've
That's
kind of
fine. I understand. I'm just pointing out the contradiction in what we're talking about. We want to talk about her being on leave of absence. Psycho, did you request your vacation?
Yes, my vacation was requested and approved by the chief. I would like to add on at that point though, before I went on vacation, I submitted evidence of Kate Roxanne on vacation in meetings, live streaming meetings while on vacation.
Has that been submitted to DFGs?
It's on the public
Yes,
general
it's
chat.
It is in the spot where DFG, Edge, Copeland can see it, yes.
But has it been submitted as a complaint to DFGs?
At this time, it has not been submitted as an official complaint. It is part of the ongoing investigation that we were given by Chief.
Go ahead, Edison.
I backed y'all on this from the start. I just don't know if this meeting thing tonight that y'all just did, I don't know if it was the right course of action, because now I hope, like, if you guys are doing this investigation, I hope you guys have enough on it, because now she's definitely going to know exactly what's going on.
And keep in mind, this will put everything in jeopardy. And I'm not just talking about this detective units. You guys can lose your jobs if you guys are not covering your X and toes. And what I mean about that, because she could also make a report to admin. You guys
I want
understand the
admin here now.
consequences there.
After she swore at me for no fucking reason,
No,
I'm going to admin after this, one way or another.
Can you hold on for a second? Look, the reason why it's best to have generals and stuff involved in this, because we know how it works. If she wanted to, I'm not saying she will, but technically she could make a complaint for targeting or something like that. That's why it's good to have Edge or a DFG or someone completely in the loop on what's going on, because the point of undercover is you don't want them knowing that you're working a case on them. Now that she got called in and all the undercover units standing around, and you called her to the office, she knows something about her is going on.
Exactly, and that's specifically called targeting, which is not allowed. I don't target people. If they mess up, they mess up. That's how I catch people. That's a big difference. I don't target people. Yes, I might, let's say for example, if I had suspicion of Edison doing some type of corruption, okay, I will watch him for long terms. If he mess up along those ways, at least I have proof. I can get him out.
You just can't have you can't have a whole undercover unit following someone around, waiting on them to mess up, and I don't know. It's a very fine line you have to walk when it comes to doing that. And I'm sure Eagle, even if you ask Eagle, he'll tell you the same thing.
I'm getting upset. Okay. If she
Hold up, boy.
then-
Actually, just phone. Give me a sec.
all right, copy.
We can get further clarification from DFG Edge. I believe he has been involved with the investigation as far as seeing all the intel and seeing everything that has been presented from the beginning of this case from the chief.
He has been, and he was aware that she was going to be getting removed from this unit tonight. He is in the chat, and they all put a check mark next to it.
I just want to clarify, I have not been added to any group for that, so I was not aware of anything.
Then somehow added the wrong Paul, because I'm not 100%, but I'm almost certain that there is a Paul in that group. They might have added the wrong one.
Paul's IA, and this is a mutual investigation, so Paul does need to be involved in it. If not, I get why you guys don't want to involve Donovan, but Paul should at least be involved, or Ishmael.
I agree with that, and I didn't know that no one from IA was involved. This whole time I thought that DFG Edge was part of IA.
Because that's what he's telling us. He said that he's not part of IA, but he works with IA, and he is the one keeping them in the loop.
I can go back through and double check, but I believe there's also a spot where we were told by the chief to keep this internal.
Like our unit, not internal affairs, because of the sole reason, like I asked her, why do you always go to Donovan to cover for you? And she freaked out. And that is the exact reason we were told not to include them with everything, which is why we go directly private message the chief with everything we have, and he is the one who has told us how to proceed.
No, I understand that, but I understand why you don't want Donovan in. But I will say one thing about Paul. He is the most unbiased person probably at PD. He doesn't have friends. He doesn't show favoritism. If someone does wrong, if I do wrong, Paul is going to investigate me to the fullest extent he will possibly could investigate me.
Paul and Edison, I can submit that body cam that I was submitted to both of you guys if you guys would like to see both of it. Both you guys would like to see it, but that's up to you. I can send it to y'all personally.
Yeah, I mean, I'm fine with that. Okay, so I guess the evidence to me is not important at this very moment. I'm still trying to grasp around what happened. Because like I said, I'm not in a group, so I'm not aware of any meeting or anything like that. So leading up to this, you said Edge made the check mark on the point that you guys were going to release her. My question is, and I don't know, did you guys call her up to this floor, or did she just follow you guys up here to come in here? So I'm not understanding what happened leading up to her barging in.
So the original call,
I called her up here because
along with Edge,
I just
Donovan,
don't
myself.
think this unit's working out for her, to be honest. I mean, if she's got some personal issues, I don't think it's a good idea for her to be out there on the streets with us right now. I was just going to put her on desk duty for temporary.
Okay. So that's fair. That's fair. In the future, I would recommend wait till everybody is on and present before you call the person that you're having anything to do with. That's somebody that's under investigation. So I would this is just for future reference. I'm not hounding you. I would have waited until Edge got here to call her up, if that makes sense, because that avoids any issue.
So I'm gonna read you the chat.
He did tell her to wait, though, when he found out Edge was in a meeting. He told her to wait, and she came up anyway.
And I get that. I get that. But at that point, she had already known what was going on. She had already knew something was going on involving her. So we know that she is emotionally invested in everything. So, like, taking that into account, like, you could expect nothing less.
Because I said I was going to remove her from the unit, but at the end of the day, I actually rethought all that and thought it would probably be best for her to be on desk duty, not responding to calls as of right now because of her well, she didn't tell me she had issues going on, but as of this time, I mean, I'm gonna ask Psycho, Adeline, and Kyle if they all agree that she should be put on desk duty instead of be doing a removal from the fraction of this detective unit.
Okay, can I just say something real quick?
Yeah.
Okay, it's two-part. One, on that topic, I think that is a decision that should be made at the general level and higher, with the evidence that we have presented, and let them make the final call. The second part I have on this is General Edison. You said that this was supposed to be a joint investigation. Tonight is the first time that I'm even hearing IA was involved in the investigation at all. How is it supposed to be a joint investigation if this unit isn't even aware that it's a joint investigation?
Alright, so this whole investigation was launched because of something I brought to the chief. I don't know if you guys know that or not. That's why this was brought, like, this whole thing is brought up. But like I said, I know why Donovan's not involved, because I'm actually the one who pushed for Donovan not to be involved. But Paul and Ishmael should have still been involved. From my understanding, it was supposed to be a joint investigation between IA and Undercover. I have that in Discord messages from the chief.
Ishmael's actually on less than Jer is.
I can say, General Edison, that was never made clear to us in any conversations with the chief, at least anything that I've had privy to.
Yeah, I was told directly by the chief to not let it outside of my unit. That I can relay it to Edge, and he can bring in internal affairs as he sees fit. Because again, Edge states that he works with internal affairs. And the chief was okay with that, with the detective unit investigating. And when IA needed to be brought in, they would be brought in, briefed by Edge.
You guys realize what I'm saying right now? Like, you guys are doing this, and you guys don't really have a lot of guidance from, like, Edge, like, for instance, about what's going on. Like, he was, like, he told you, like, he should have, like, she's on the unit for a reason. It's not
Correct.
necessarily because she's shown favoritism. It's so you guys can keep a close eye on her. And letting her go might not have been the best move for the investigation.
She doesn't participate in any of the undercover work. And that's what Jared's big reason for investing her is because she doesn't partake. She doesn't respond to calls. So how can we keep somebody in the unit to keep them close to us when she doesn't involve herself, even when asked to be involved in detective operations? We can't keep a close eye on someone who refuses to participate. Ask her to throw her macro. Her macros do not identify as any unit.
What I'm saying, the whole point of the joint investigation is because I know for a fact Paul also has info on the same person y'all are investigating. Wouldn't it make sense that you guys combine your info? That way you guys might have a bigger investigation by now?
And I'm going to stand on the fact that I was told he was on the Discord channel. So this is the first time that I'm hearing that he is not.
I believe that they just to fix that, I believe that Paul Jr. was interviewed and brought into the unit. Not, it's different Paul. With that being said, General Edison, again, until tonight, I didn't even know that there was another investigation open on the individual.
Yeah, well, that's the reason why she got the reprimand, being disrespectful and stuff. I know, Paul, can you confirm this? Do you not have video evidence of the same person?
I have multiple different compilations of evidence. Some's been submitted to me. There's a multitude of things going on. And as I said, I understand there was a mistake made, oversight, that I wasn't added to any group. I'm not mad about that at all. I will say, and I don't remember who it was, but I did openly say to somebody that is in the detective unit, I want to say is it Gabe that's in the detective unit?
Yes.
If so, yeah, I did directly tell Gabe, because when the report was brought to me, like I'm the initial receiver of the report of possible gang affiliation. Okay, started this whole investigation like all out. I'm the initial receiver. Well, it was brought to IA first. I brought it to Chief's attention the next morning, and Chief told me to let the detective unit know that we need to launch a co-investigation. I believe, and I may be incorrect. I'm not standing by this because I'm not 100% positive who I spoke to, because it's been a bit. I believe I told Gabe that between IA and detective unit, we need to launch an investigation under her, but keep it under wraps. So, with that being said, I mean, like I said, I'm not exactly positive which member, but it was a Jen, and they are part of the detective unit. Doesn't even matter. I'm not upset in any way, shape, or form. I'm still just trying to find around everything that's happened tonight, and I'm just trying to draw lines and figure out the timeline of what happened this evening.
It's fine. If IA wants to do their investigation, that's fine. Like, if you guys want to separate it. But what I'm saying is, even if you guys keep your investigation separate, it might be helpful for each unit to at least share some of the evidence they have, because I know Paul has some good evidence on this whole thing that's going on. I don't know what you guys have. I'm not asking for it, but all I'm saying is this case might have been closed by now had you guys combined y'all's info.
And again, if I believe if we had known that, I think we would have absolutely worked together with Paul and the IA side of it to close this a lot faster, because of the evidence we have. I'm sure combined with the evidence he has would have probably, it'd be a slam dunk, I would guess, by now at this point on the suspect. But again, without knowing that anybody else is there and being told by the chief to keep this internal to the department, like to the division, we have no idea of knowing to share that evidence. And I think it was just a breakdown in communication.
Exactly. That's. You mind?
What was I gonna say? So, I don't think you guys did anything wrong. I'm sure you guys. I mean, were you guys recording when she had her little meltdown thing?
Absolutely, and I'm still recording. Like I said, I'm taking this to admin afterwards. If she's not gone, because that was her guidelines when she got her reprimand the last time she blew up, and I don't know why. Everybody else, when they get a reprimand, has a video footage. Hers has a screenshot, and I can almost guarantee, because she was snapping off when she was in the meeting when she got her reprimand, and they didn't want that shown because that would have been another reprimand. She was told, if you have one more outrage like this, you are gone, and I have it on video. So if she is not gone, like, Jared was taking a vote to see if we should unvest her. If she is not terminated from the faction, I am going to bring in admin. Because that was her thing to stay on the department, was to do not disrespect anybody. She swore at 3 people for no reason. We didn't even say a word to her. She came in cussing 3 of us out before we even spoke a word.
Hey Kyle, I think before, just as my opinion, even it doesn't matter, but I would just say hold off on dropping this to admin until we combine everything with Paul. Bring Paul into the group chat we have, combine everything, let him take a look at everything, submit it to the DFGs. I mean, if there really is an IRL connection with DFG Banks, I think he should be left out of it, but that's a decision for higher than me. But I would say present everything and then let them make the decision on that. I don't think that jumping right to admin or bringing admin into this right now and having closer eyes on the PD right now is a good idea. I think we need to do this the right way, and let the generals, let the DFG and the chief figure out the next steps.
I got that on body cam too. It was Kylie Donovan sitting up here by one of the pillars talking about how Roxanne and Peter met up in real life and they fucked and all this. I got it on body cam. I got them on body cam admitting that the 2 of them hooked up IRL, which is why she keeps getting away with everything, because she is protected. Yes, this is 100% for real. I have it on body cam. And this was well before I even got into the internal investigation. Before I even got in the detective unit, they were out there talking about it. I don't even think I was badged yet, to be honest. I think that's the reason I was upstairs, was going to the hit the patrol mission thing.
All of this, that's what I'm saying, all these videos and stuff need to be uploaded to either Edge or Chief or both, and then they can make their choice. If you're not happy with the choice they make, it's up to you what your next course of action is going to be. I'm not going to tell you what to do. I'm not going to tell you what not to do.
Hey Paul, at some point tonight, whenever I do jump off, I'll add you to the group chat we have. Both Chief and Edge are in there.
Thank you, sir. Most of my evidence I have is pre-reprimand. There's video. There's only so much video I can share because certain stuff happened behind closed doors with generals and whatnot. But there is video I can share.
So I will say, based off that, I was tasked by the chief to open this investigation after her reprimand, because nobody in the department was satisfied with the reprimand she got, and we were told to open an investigation into her, because that, I told you, that was her warning that she was not allowed to be disrespectful or she was gone. It is in stone, and she did that tonight.
So like I said, I wasn't aware of any investigation post-reprimand. I thought once the reprimand happened, for everything that was going on, that the investigation had pretty much steamed down. That's because, like I said, I wasn't privy to any group, and I'm sure that wasn't, wasn't on purpose, or nobody's like plotting, like, we're gonna keep Paul Crane out of this. Like, I don't believe that at all. Well, like I said, I was under the understanding, and I may be incorrect even on the reprimand thing, but the warning was not a dismissal for fraction. I believe it was a demotion. Now, I may be incorrect. That's what I believe the warning was to her, that if there was another outburst, it was going to be a demotion.
But that shouldn't matter because she has enough points right now that she can rank up again. And she makes it clear in multiple body cam videos, I don't care about a reprimand. I don't care about a demotion. And that is toxic behavior, which is not allowed.
They did. This guy added to the group, I believe. And I understand that, Kyle. But I will say that you don't get to general without going through the general's board, or without going through a board. It's just not instantly promoted to general. So, even if she got demoted back down to colonel, she would not just be able to jump straight back to general. She'd have to go through that. And even if she does, you understand, if she gets demoted, where she got demoted to is she starts over on experience points.
Yeah, so one thing to add to that, if she was removed from general, basically once she got the XP points back, first off, the chief would have to see her fit to be a general. Then if he even thinks it's an option, it would have to go through the general voting pool. So basically every general would have to vote if they want to add her into the generals, and it'd have to be a majority rules vote.
Which they will, because half the generals are her friends, which was another part of the investigation, is that she associates herself with the generals, and she's not out willing to learn with any of the new recruits or anything else.
I just want to...
She's got maybe 3 generals that she's friends with, compared to the maybe, what will you guys say, probably 10 or 12, 15, somewhere around there. But one thing I want to say with Paul's thing is Paul's, whether it's pre-reprimand or not, it's still pretty useful because it shows that she has a track record of popping off. That's one thing I want to say. But about the general thing, I don't think that she would make vote again. To be honest with you guys, just seeing how she's acted while she was general, she'd get maybe 3 votes saying that she should be, and the rest would probably be no. But yeah, I don't see her being general again if she leaves that position.
I just think that the best course of action here, and you guys can tell me if I'm way off base, but I think the best course of action, now that Paul's involved with the group chat, all this evidence now is submitted to an IA member, right, who we trust and involved in the investigation, which I agree with General Edison, this should be an IA investigation because it's internal affairs on an officer, a general officer nonetheless. All the evidence is there now. He can take what he would like out of it and submit it from there. If we gather any further evidence, we can add it to it and submit it to him. It's going to be a lot harder now that she's aware and she's following what's going on. But I think he can submit that evidence to the DFG Edge and Chief, or at least make them aware of all of it inside of a group chat with them or whatever, even if it's the same one, and let that decision be made at that level. That way it's outside the favoritism, because there is fraternization with DFG Banks and her. I think that's needs to be left out of it.
And her sister's a general, her brother's a general, her friend's an officer, Alec is her friend IRL.
So I will say this much: as far as Peter and her go, I don't know that that's actually a thing anymore. I'm not positive. I haven't been kept in the loop on that. But I will say, at the end of the day, I'm going to look at this evidence with the unbiased opinion, and I'll
submit
based on, and I was getting ready to get to that. I will base it on prior actions, current actions, and any actions further. Kyle, I definitely need the body cam of the whole incident, if you would, please. Would greatly appreciate that.
I believe it's already in there.
Everything for this incident here.
And I have no for the one that we were talking about between her and Peter. I have not submitted any of my evidence up today yet. I usually do that after I get off the game. Upload all my stuff to that.
Yeah, that's what I'm
chat.
saying though. If you could upload, and listen, guys, this is gonna take me a day or two to look through everything because I know there's a bunch of it. If you could, I know it's gonna be a pain in the dick. I don't know how you do things, Kyle. If we could get the whole video from the point where she was called up here to the point where she flew off the handle.
I screen record.
That.
So it's easy as pressing the side button on my phone is when my body cam starts rolling. Like I don't have to do anything other than press one of my buttons on the side of my phone. It saves to my hard drive. I upload it to YouTube, and then after it's uploaded to YouTube, I delete everything out of my phone so that I'm ready to roll for the next day so I don't have any internal storage issues. And then I just copy and paste the link.
Copy that. Get that to me though, like whenever you can get that uploaded, so I can review it. Because so I will say, so the prior incident where she went down afterwards and started screaming at vested members, I took note of every member. She talked to every vested personnel, every personnel she took, and I broke it down section by section. And I had individual video clips for each person she was disrespecting. It takes some time, but I definitely will work this. Like I said, you got to give me a little bit of time, but I will definitely every video and take a look at that.
I don't think you got mine for that day, because mine for that day was almost 47 minutes long. I was filming from the second we had her in cuffs, Miss Bannerman.
So I got multiple people's angles. I got the whole incident, like the whole entire incident, to the point where she was outside, all the way into the garage, the point where she was told to take her to jail, where I can't remember who, but they took the cuffs, they took her to jail, and then she got called up at the office. I got body cam footage of once she got back down and we were still up in the office, her chewing everybody's ass out, telling her to take her to jail, take them to jail. Like, so yeah, I got all angles of that. Like I got the whole entire incident covered. So that's why I didn't ask for any more body cam.
All right.
I will say this again. Paul is probably the least biased and least favoritism.
Oh, I know. I
showing
love
person
Paul, but
in-
I hate him at the same time.
Yeah, same here. But what I was going to say is, whether you guys realize it or not, Paul was actually the one who led the original investigation against her. So the whole thing about her with the going down there and screaming at you guys, for her punishment or whatever was given, you guys can kind of thank Paul for that. Like, not trying to put you on the spot, Paul, but he was very invested in that, and he was very concerned about it. Like, he would not, if he was shown any type of favoritism whatsoever, he would not have done what he did, looking through all that footage and gathering all the evidence that he did.
And I will say, and I will openly say, I pushed for more than a warning and a reprimand. I'm letting you know.
So did I.
I
And Peter
pushed
told
for
me
a
in chat
lot
that it
stiff-
was
lot
going to
stiffer
be.
than that.
Sorry. And so did I. And Peter told me that it was going to be more than that. And then come to find out that she was only given a warning. And that she had to make a public apology on the chat.
Yep. I just want to let you know that was absolutely not, that was not, Lord, I'm getting so many messages distracting me. I'm sorry. That was not Peter's call. Like, that was 100%, Chief. That was Chief's one that made final decision on that. Even the next day, I told Chief I don't agree with it. So.
Because the chief doesn't want to fire anybody. He doesn't want to be known as that person.
Alright, well, so me and Paul both pushed for more. What I will say, whether you guys realize it or not, Chief gave a warning, and Peter was actually the one who gave the rep afterwards.
Oh, I know. I'll send you guys the conversations between me and Peter. I bitched him the fuck out. Like, I went off. Just like I did today, which is why he hasn't been on yet today. Like, I know he's working, and he still messages me back and forth. We are still hashing it out. Like, I went off on him, and I told him, I said, look, dude, I don't give a fuck about nothing right now. Like, I went off about their personal relationship, had him respond about it, everything. Like I told him, like I'm done with the fucking favoritism. Like I have the stuff to be general. I turned it down. I had the chief. I sat with the chief and I had him record me, flat out tell me that I do not want to be general because I do not want to deal with the bullshit that's going on in the suits. He wanted to rank me up. He wanted me to be general. And I told him, no, I like where I'm at. I like being colonel, which is why he's like, all right, well, then you need to establish the chain of command to take a lot of the stress off of our generals. And pretty much you are a supervisor. A colonel is a supervisor. And I want everybody to come to you. And then you can bring it to the generals.
I get that, but we still need to have respect for people, bro, like Peter, and you still have to respect him. Not just because he's a higher up, but we got to have respect for everybody here. I mean, I get it. If you're being disrespected, that's fine. But I've personally never seen Peter disrespect anybody. So, you know, just be in mind that we all have to be respectful here.
I'll be back.
And I mean, for the most part, I was. And we saw eye to eye. But it was a very heated eye to eye. But we got results, you know? And that's one thing I like about Peter is he's not biased either. I don't know if their relationship ended bad or what. How does she know anything about speeding? How does she know about the investigation?
Everybody's good here, though. Like I said, I was confused about what the hell was going on, dude. She was up here cussing. I was trying to figure it out. Romeo, you're good. Don't worry about it. I know why you were here. Kyle, you're also like I said, you guys, there's nothing you guys did wrong. I'm more or less just trying to protect you guys, making sure that if something was to happen, she gets terminated, she's not going to have a case to plead saying, you know, hey, I was wrongly terminated or some shit like that, you know.
I get that, and I'm not 100%, but I do believe Eagle was tagged in a lot of this stuff as well. Don't quote me on that because I'm not 100%. I know I've sent a lot of stuff to him directly. So, but I don't know. But I know he is in some of the loop on this. I'm not sure about how much. But I know I have been messaging him and stuff. So
I just wanted to say to that point, so there's been a saying for teammates in the Army IRL, it's always best to handle stuff at the lowest level. So if we can handle it internally here with the generals we trust, like General Edison, DSG Edge, you know, Paul, Jer, inside of our unit, it's always best to try and squash it there before it gets to any of the admins or moderators.
I get that, but you got to realize how long we've been dealing with this shit. And the generals, no offense to Edison, because I know he's been one pushing this, but the generals aren't doing anything about it. And that's my issue. The chief is going off his general's decision, and if the generals don't want to make a decision, nothing gets done. And that, you know, I know everybody can side with this.
No, I'm going to correct that, Kyle, because basically there's only three. Well, at the time a lot of this was going on, there was two people who could make a decision on punishment, and everybody heard this at the meeting. The only two people at the time who could make that decision is Stanford and Banks. Now that we have Edge, he can also make that decision. But any other general, there's nothing we can do. Like, we can't decide punishment, we can't reprimand, we can't do anything. So that's completely out of our hands. We don't vote what she gets. We don't have an input on what her punishment is. We can recommend it. And I will tell you, like Paul said, we've recommended dismissal multiple times. But at the end of the day, it's not our choice.
And just so, I don't know if you missed it, Kyle, but like the generals can't even issue laps unless it's from a DFG or your chief.
Oh, I know that. But I also know that Eagle is not going to tolerate any toxicity in the factions. And she is the soul. Have you guys noticed how quiet it's been, that we haven't had any issues over the last week? Because nobody has had any like direct contact with her because we've been investigating her. But every time there is a massive blowout, she is the start of it. And it's not even just her. It's her IRL stuff that she brings into the game. Which is why all the officers have put up a wall with the suits. They don't want anything to really do with the suits because they feel everybody backs Roxanne. Nobody was happy that she is still on the department because of her last breakdown. You know, we've been keeping it together on the front line. But nobody has any like real.
So you guys think that I back Roxanne?
I've said this before, exception of you, because you came to me a while ago too and asked me if I could find anything to bring it to you. So I know you're pushing for it as well. But that's the thing, you know, you said she only has 3. She has more than 3. She has Peter. She has Aaron. She has Jay. She has Ishmael. She has her sister. She has Donovan. That is 6 generals out of how many we have. And she has a good relationship with Edge. Whether or not Edge is going to be biased, I don't know, because as he was in here, he was claiming he had no knowledge of this, but he put a check mark next to what was going to happen tonight. So he knew what was going to happen tonight. So that right there was a red flag for me.
Aaron is not. Okay, so Aaron is kind of in the middle, bro. Aaron has actually brought me information about her, so I wouldn't necessarily say Aaron's going to back her 100%.
Maybe not 100%, but she doesn't need 100%.
But this is before you brought on too, Kyle. I was in an interview with a gang member that came in, and Aaron ran the interview, and I was in there with him. This is the second person, just so that way it was, 2-on-1. Actually, I think Edison, you came in partway through that one, didn't you?
Yeah, when she busted in there and started like intimidating her.
Okay, so you're aware of it then. But yeah, so Aaron was in on that too, Kyle. I just want you to know, I agree with General Edison. I think that General Aaron would be less likely to side with her as you think he would.
Yeah, like Aaron wouldn't have brought someone in and sat her down in an interview with Romeo and me and questioned her about Roxanne if he was trying to sweep it under the rug. He would have not even gave it any attention whatsoever.
And
I'm not saying he is. I'm not saying he's trying to. I'm not saying he's trying to cover for her. So I don't want that, misconstrued. I don't say he's trying to cover for her, But whether or not he is going to stand up, I don't know. Like the last meeting we had, not the most recent, but the one before that, when we dealt with all this, I was messaging every general. Like, y'all need to speak up or I'm out. And I called admin there to see that. And that is when they spoke up, which is why a lot of shit got resolved that day. Because usually, there's 3 generals that speak up in the meetings. You, Aaron, and Donovan. There's no other generals. They sit there. Half of them don't even log on during the meetings. They sit there and they be quiet. And that's the thing. If they don't make an opinion, that's the same as not saying anything. So if we have, if she has 6 people rooting for her, you rooting against her, and the rest of the generals not saying shit, that's 1 person against 6.
Alright, yeah, just remember, keep Paul filled in. I trust Paul. I gotta go attend something really quick. I don't mean to cut y'all off, but yeah, just you guys didn't do anything wrong. I just want to let you guys know that I was just confused at what was happening, and I didn't want her to go off on her little thing again.
Which she did. And again, the same thing as always. She starts swearing and then puts in the chat that I want to fucking quit. Every time. And it's getting old.
Just make sure you save that cam, submit it on y'all's Discord. That way Paul can access it too. And then we'll go from there.
I'm at 1 hour and 3 minutes right now.
Okay, perfect.
Apologize, guys.
Bro, and I've been fucking walking around pacing for like the last hour and 3 minutes. I haven't even been able to sit down, dude. I'm fucking heated. I'm sweating. Damn near smoked a whole fucking pack of cigarettes. Like, I'm heated. Like, this was nothing personal. It was a job. It was tasked to me to investigate her. So when she came in snapping on me when I didn't even say a word, that was what drew the line for me. Because I was completely okay with her just being divested. That was it. I was completely okay with that.
Let me just say something real quick, and I know Paul will agree with this because he's an LEO. So I get it. If you're coming after her because of disrespect and things like that, it's always better to keep it cool, calm, and collected. Don't resort to cussing back or anything like that. You have to kind of stand there and just take it and absorb it, no matter how hard it is.
Oh, I did. Again, she came in, swore, left. I didn't say a word the whole time she was in here, other than asking her, why does she go to Donovan? That was the only words, and it's going to show on the body cam. I did not say any other words while she was in here. She came in, started cussing us all out, and left.
Jared.
What's up, Edge?
No, where's Jerry at?
He had to go take a phone call from his boss, IRL. She came in saying that this was personal. Like, I don't have anything personal against her. You know, for the most part, since she got reprimanded, she has been completely nice to me and respectful to me, as she stated. So, it's not personal. It's not personal at all. This is a game. It's not personal. But what it's role play. So when I'm given a task to role play it out, to do an investigation, that's what I'm doing. I wasn't disrespectful, and like I said, the body cam will show. Me and Addison literally were just standing here when when she came in. And she just started cussing me and Addison out for no reason. We didn't even say a single word, which is why Addison logged out, because she's pissed about this.
Can you give me a second? Give me a second. Paul Crane, can you log off for a second? I need you to get Jared to come online ASAP. And if somebody could get Addison online as well, that'd be better.
You said you need me to log off?
Not log off. I know you don't have a second device. Do you have a second device?
No, I don't. I'm not handy right now. My dog stepped on it and broke it.
I was gonna say, if you're able to log off and get him online, please, right now.
Romeo, do you have Addison's Discord?
Do you want Jer online right now?
Yes. If anybody can get Addison online.
Jer's dealing with work online right now, work IRL right now.
Okay, so I'm gonna make this simple. For further notice, the detective unit's gonna be shut down. You hear this, Psycho? You hear this, Kyle? This is not coming from me. This is a mutual decision between Banks and the chief. The detective unit's gonna get me modified.
Alright, I don't know how that's possible because that's going against one state rules now. But, alright.
I'm not saying you guys are not doing anything wrong. It's just it needs to have a proper chain of command.
Yep, and this is definitely getting sent to admin now because now they're trying to change one state rules because it is in the policy and procedure of one state factions. And the detective unit is listed in the one state policy and procedures. So if you guys are trying to disband the detective unit, that is going against the creators of one state.
I think what General Edge, DFG Edge has said is that it's going to be revamped. It's not going to be disbanded. There's just going to be a revamp of the chain of command.
Exactly. It's getting shut down for now until it gets modified. There's going to be new policies and going to be enforced. And of course, that's going to get approved by the chief and the admins as well. So be advised.
So again, she's being protected. Sounds good.
It's not what you said, Kyle.
No, our unit's being disbanded, so therefore we can no longer investigate her, so therefore she is free to go.
Temporarily.
Until it gets modified.
And even at that, we've added Paul Crane to our group chat where the evidence has been submitted, so IA can still continue to investigate. And I trust Paul to continue the investigation.
That's the problem.
I promise
Technically, if our investigation is shut down, our department is shut down, every evidence that we have is shut down. He can't use it anymore.
Yeah, I can. It's forwarded over to IA. Just like in anything else, man. If IA and both opens investigation, they take over all evidence.
Yeah,
I'm cool with all this. Like I said, this is going to admin as soon as I log off. And I'm going to be opening a complaint against the faction leaders and everything as well now. because I am highly offended at what she said and nothing is being done about it.
Sir, we can't do anything right away. You got to give us time to look at everything.
I understand you guys can't do anything about it, but now we are being punished. Our unit is being disbanded, so therefore we are being repercussed because of this investigation. She is being protected,
It's being
and that is
put
bullshit.
on hold. Hold on. It's being put on hold until a restructure happens.
It's the same thing. The detective unit, which is I'm a member of that unit, is being dismissed. That it's no longer a unit that I worked for to get into, that I tried and I applied to get into. If there's a problem with the chain of command should be reorganized. The entire unit should not be shut down.
And you got a point. You got a point right there, Kyle. And I completely understand what you're saying. But you have to understand, this is a official police matter. You have to understand, a police matter, because I also said as well. I'm also, trust me, as much as you said, I'm also, I also put in the hours to do detective units. I put in the hours to become a DFG and all that stuff, you know what I'm saying? Don't tell me that you're not the only one upset. I'm upset as well. And this is what needs to happen in order to stop whatever the issue is, get it fixed properly with the property people who should be in charge.
And we have the issue, Roxanne. This issue would not be started if it wasn't Roxanne. Our unit would not be disbanded if she didn't go into the other room and have Banks come online and have Donovan in the other room. And it's funny how she goes in the other room and all of a sudden everything gets put on hold. So whatever she's saying in the other room, and somehow if you look in the chat, she has knowledge of the investigation, like first-hand knowledge. It's in the chat that she says, I don't speed. That's one of the things she was being investigated for. So how does she know that when no information was given to her? Somebody just leaked the entire investigation to her and told her what she's being investigated for.
Because she's a general. Banks is there. Banks want to know what's been going on.
And that shit shouldn't matter.
Who gets in the top? You have to understand. You know who's in the top difficult position? Me. I'm the one with the most heat right now. Do you understand what problems this could be for my position as a DFG? I work hard to be as a DFG. And I'm not doing this for me. I'm doing this whatever the department needs.
The department needs her gone, and that has already been spoken. I can send you all the screenshots of every member that has DM'd me on Discord saying that they are glad that I am taking the stand to her. You want to see toxicity? I will send you 13 fucking messages from members of this department asking for her termination.
Go ahead.
I just saw Chief's message in Discord about reps getting handed out.
And there you go. We are being punished for opening this investigation because she went and cried.
Well, he didn't say who, so we can't just jump to conclusions. Can't really go off of assumptions. Gotta wait till it actually happens. But I don't know. I saw it and it was very vague. I was hoping for a little bit of clarification from at least DFG or General Gabe if either of you can provide clarification.
Like I said, there were some situations. You have to understand the part that probably would have pissed him off the most is that JR was telling Roxanne to hand over body cam or he was going to be issued 40 apps.
10-4, and that's so. I will say that too, and I see you, Paul. I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut in front of you, but I mean it's been put out numerous times. Discord and everything. The only people who can execute any sort of punishments or BFGs and the chief, and generals if they're handed out by BFG or chief.
Exactly. And you have to understand that goes against police policies as well. Now, the shutdown agreement was mine alone. Only mine. Banks voided as well. And chief, if he receives online and hear all about this, he will 100% agree. Gabe was in there and I informed him as well. Gabe, what do you have to say about this shutdown? And that's exactly what I'm talking about. When the moment when he issues the lapse or in desk duty, that he needs to get approved by the main person, which is chief in the GFGs.
Which is why you were asked to be here. He was not going to issue any reprimand if you would have let him finish before he logged off. That's what's getting taken out of context. You were asked to be here so you could issue the punishment as being part of this unit, as being a DFG. He was not personally going to issue it.
Go ahead, Paul.
Okay, so understand, Kyle, it's not being shut down because of you. It's being restructured because of actions were taken inappropriately. So here's the deal, and this is just from my previous knowledge of how things go. I wasn't privy to why it's being shut down exactly, but even if that was Jer's original plan was to have Edge remove her. The problem is, like, any leader of the unit can make a suggestion to the generals to do something. They can't just say, "Hey, it's pretty much like, look at it like this." Obviously, he didn't say it like this, but it's like saying, "Edge, I don't give a shit what you say. She's gone. She's out of my fucking unit." It's like pretty much just saying, like, fuck chain of command. I'm going to do it my way, and you're going to follow along. You see what I'm saying, Kyle? It's not necessarily the point that y'all wanted her out. That's not the issue. The issue is that that chain of command got jumped on her. Like, we can't. That's what it is, pretty much, man. It's not you. It's not your action.
It didn't get jumped. You know, when she came in, after she got done cussing everybody out, she asked, "What is this meeting about?" And he said, "We are waiting on Edge to discuss divesting you from this unit." And she asked why. And he said, "Because you do not participate. You do not, respond to any calls. We have multiple footages of every time there's an officer down, backup requested. She goes 10-6 or 10-7. And he said, "I am waiting on Edge to get here to decide what we're going to do." And then after Edge came here, it was discussed that, okay, maybe desk duty would be a better option. No punishment was issued. Nothing was set in stone that it was going to be done. We were waiting on Edge to get here. And he just addressed her that, we are here to discuss the divesting of you from this unit.
Yeah, but that shouldn't have been done in front of her. That should have been done before any possibility of her knowing about it.
And I understand that,
Kyle,
but she barged in.
Hold on, let me finish. Or not, yeah, but it should have been discussed long before she was even called up to the floor. That's what I'm saying, man. It's not you. You're not the problem here. The problem is the leader handled things the wrong way. That's why.
And that's the issue is. No, it was not discussed in game. it was discussed on Discord. And it was in agreement on Discord that she was going to be divested. And that is why when Jer came on, he called this meeting, and she bust in before Edge was able to get here. It was already talked about, you know, and that's what you're saying, that it was supposed to be talked about before being brought to her. It was talked about on Discord that she was supposed to be divested.
Did Edge say, yeah, we'll jump on and we'll handle this? Or were those words or anything like those words said?
No, the chief said, I agree.
I'm going to have to go through and look at this because I haven't seen anything yet. I don't have the second device right now.
10-4.
My big ass fucking fur missile decided to break everything. But
I just want to add, part of the communication breakdown I think happens, right? Because in any paramilitary organization, position always overgoes rank initially. But I don't think there was ever a hierarchy or a true model ever established or set up for the PD. Yes, you have the chief, and then you have DFG, but then after that, it's just a big spaghetti model, right? We don't have any true hierarchy. Like DFGs oversee 2 separate divisions each, and then from there you have the commanders of those, and it should be a flow chart, right? An org chart, if you will. But we don't have anything like that, and I think that there's just a lot of blurred lines and a lot of miscommunication happened here, and I think this is a good example of what we need to fix moving forward.
I agree, and I also felt that, you know, and I addressed this prior, like early on, I feel that nobody below the rank of colonel should even be allowed in a unit because they are not able to go out by themselves per policies, you know, and we should have either, you know, I understand we only have so many DFGs, but we should have a lieutenant general then, or, you know, whatever the next higher up is before DFG in every unit for that reason, you know. A colonel should have not ever been put in the position to lead this. It's nothing against Jer. I don't even know if he's a colonel. But, you know, someone of a lower rank, the commander of every unit should be a general, a high general, someone that is able to make the decisions and or meet with the DFGs and come up with a decision.
And that's exactly why I'm asking to shut it down and revamp the whole structure of it. There's going to be new policies that general's going to be the people in charge. Command 1, Command 2, whatever it is. And whoever's the highest rank will be the main leader of that unit. And like I said, it's not only just going to be for this, just for detective units. This is going to be overall for all units in the future and whatever is active right at this moment.
I don't know, but I'm about to start following the role of Atwater and just staying off the game because he has a lot of footage of this investigation as well, and he refuses to come on this game because nothing gets done. You know, he stays on the Discord channel, but he said the other day that he is, for the foreseeable future, no longer logging into the game. And I'm about at that point as well because nothing is being done. We can have meeting after meeting and there's not any changes. No matter how much evidence is supported, you know, no matter how many times admin comes in here and tell us, you know, we're doing shit wrong, nothing gets done about it.
But I think after what DFG Edge just said, right? So what just happened here tonight and what's been brought to light is going to affect the entire PD because, like, I'll use Kyle Iacom as an example, right? I think right now he's a lieutenant and he's the commander of SWAT. So now if it has to be a general that leads a unit, that's going to remove him from a position that he just got. I think, honestly, from what I've seen on the Discord, he's been doing an amazing job putting together additional macros and training and setting up training modules and putting together an Alpha and a Bravo team.
Exactly. Like, this is going to mess up the entire department. For what?
But with that being said, Kyle, like I agree with what you're saying, but in any sort of paramilitary organization or corporate structure, you have to have a true chain of command and a hierarchy. Like I said, right now you have chiefs, you have DFGs, and it's a big spaghetti model after that with crossing lines and blurring. I think everybody should be able to be in one unit, right? You shouldn't be able to be in two divisions. There's a lot of crisscross and controversy going on there. I mean, IA is one thing, FTO is different, because even Paul can attest to this. You can be in anything you want, but an FTO is still going to train rookies. Like in the smaller departments, they have multiple roles. Is the FTO? It's like a side job. It's not a division.
Correct.
Right.
And that's another thing
so
that
me
Eagle
being
brought
an-
up.
So that's something I'm trying to get out of once we get enough FTOs. Is me being IA and a FTO is kind of, it's kind of counterproductive. So I'm trying to get to where we have enough FTOs to where I can step down as a FTO and strictly focus on IA. And he's correct. The problem is that we don't have a clear rank structure short of EFGs. And yeah, there's ranks, but we haven't had established like, hey, this is a commander of this unit. Hey, this is a commander of this unit. Hey, this is a commander. We need to work on that. I agree.
I'll be right back. Gotta go deal with something.
Yeah, and I think if you let that happen, Kyle, right, and you don't just jump to admin, like I said before, we handle this at the lowest level, which is in compartmentalized with the department. I think you'll see that by setting together a chain of command and a true hierarchy and an org chart, that you're going to get better flow of communication from the chief to DFGs, and then they can tell their people who tell their people, and it chains down, right? So you get much better communication, you're going to get better outcomes, it's going to increase efficiency, it's going to make the whole department run better. So then if you have an issue, you go to the next higher above you, and then if they can't handle it, you go above them. Or if it's about them, you can go above them. But that way you're able to handle things at the lowest level, or hold the meetings that you need to establish what needs to be taken care of.
Like, I want to use something, for instance, okay? And I'm sure this person won't mind. Yesterday in the meeting, do you remember when Penny broke off to go talk to Edison?
Yep.
Okay, so I'm IA, right? And I'm an FTO. So who would be right above me? It would be a Gen or a DFG, right? Because of I'm an IA. So she broke off to talk to him about me. She felt like I was being mean or I was too tough. And as everybody knows, it's just that's not me singling anybody out. It's just who I am. I'm very direct and to the point. But I'm the same with everybody. It doesn't matter who you are, what your rank is. If you're messing up, I'm going to say, hey, look, this ain't right. You can't be doing this. But she actually went to the next person above me, and that's the way it should be. But that was because it is clear cut, like IA, and then you got as far as in that scenario, my direct supervisor is the next general out.
Actually, I think it would have been me.
Negative, sir. You're not an IA.
I am a colonel, though, so technically I am the next higher up. Like,
But
even
not in
Chief
his-
had
not
me
in his
yesterday.
subsection.
You're
looking at it as overall rank, and that's what I mean. It's a big spaghetti model, right? So
Edison
all
isn't
of
IA.
Do what now?
Edison is not IA.
I know, but generals are over me. That's why she went to him.
But in a org chart way, right? It would be the general that's in IA. I think Paul was just using that as a broad example.
At the end of the day, sooner or later, hopefully sooner than later, we will establish who the next in command is for each unit. That way, there is a clear-cut structure. But the problem is that not everybody's going to memorize that. That's the reality. Remember, we are playing a game. It's not somebody's everyday, all-day life. So there is going to be times where command is jumped, if that makes sense.
Be right back.
I don't know. But I know there's about to be 13 people that quit, so...
No, I mean, listen, I can't stop you from quitting. I can't stop you from submitting anything to admin. I can't even tell you not to submit anything. admin, but I would recommend trying to handle this in-house. You can't, I will say this much. Rome wasn't built overnight. And the problem is, when you're talking about a general, it's a lot harder to do things. So, you gotta, like, when it comes to generals getting in trouble, it's a lot harder to handle that situation. So, I just ask that you give me a chance to look at everything. Listen, if things are out of line, I'm going to make suggestions based on what I see. I'm very fair. I don't play favoritism. I promise you that. Like, I will look everything over and I will make a suggestion based on what I see. If everything you have said is 100% accurate and it's not twisted in any way, shape, or form, I'm not accusing you of twisting anything. If everything checks out the way you said it did, dude, I'm going to recommend the worst possible punishment. At the end of the day, I have no final ruling on that, but that's what my recommendation would be from IA, if everything checks out the way you said it does. But sometimes, when we're emotionally involved, we see things worse than they actually are. And you're
So now you gotta look at it.
So I
you got to look at it from my point of view now, right?
You're passionate about this.
So now she knows that we were investigating her. She's already made an issue about it. You know, she's being investigated for gang ties. We don't know what was said after she left this room. If she stormed downstairs again. Okay? She's telling everybody that me and Edison have a target on her back, that we are targeting her. Right there, she just caused a problem in the whole entire department. And if that goes out to her, you know, alleged gang ties, what the fuck's the fun of this game anymore? Because she's going to go out there and tell them to target me every time I walk out of this building. Just like Kenzo did.
I get that. And I will try to handle that. I'm going to, if there's any body cam about her going downstairs, I'm going to request that. I need that. But you gotta I just ask, Kyle. Let's just do this IRL, NRP, man. One vet to another. Give me a chance to do what I need to do. You know, shit's a lot more complicated than what's on the surface, man. So you give me a chance to handle it and look into it and make my suggestion, please. That's all I ask.
I can't believe you just pulled that card.
You know as well as I do that being a vet, that it goes that the surface is not always everything, man. We can't just jump. Think about it like this. I'm gonna need you.
Let me do my job.
I jumped.
So think about it like this, bro. We're in the field, right? We're in the field. We don't have necessarily PID, but we believe this person is got IED, right? But we don't have PID. If we jump the gun and don't follow PID protocol, what's going to happen?
We're done.
I mean, me and you see it with our own eyes. What we think we see, right? But we're invested. Like, at that point, like, I'm like, hey, man, I don't want my brother getting blown up. But if we can't PID on that scenario, in that situation, are we allowed to engage?
No.
All right. So, like, me and you clearly believe that we see something, right? But still, we're not 1,000% sure. You know how much shit me and you would be sitting in Leavenworth, right?
Yes.
So, same applies here. Let me make sure everything is exactly what you say, and I will make my recommendation. And trust me, my recommendation will be the worst possible, because it would not be strike number one.
I feel all that.
What's that?
So, can you give me this opportunity, man, that my word is
Yes.
Thank you, brother.
Kyle, what branch are you in?
The only real branch.
Ooh, he was in the army then.
I was U.S. Army Ranger, 18 Delta.
Oh, look at that! I was 11 Bravo.
Cool, cool.
That was 68 whiskey.
So see, we got a little brotherhood here, Kyle. Trust the system. You know we got each other's backs.
Which is part of the thing that I
Yeah,
put
I know
on
you
Peter
hate that
today.
I brought the ID. You know, I know.
Kinda lucky this desk is between us.
But it's tell me it's not an accurate statement.
No, he's making me be soft.
What's that, Kyle?
I was explaining to my wife because I'm over here pasting and shit. She's like, "Why did you just get all soft?" I said, "Because I want to jump over this motherfucking desk right now and I can't."
No, you're all upset because you ran out of cigarettes. I know what happened.
Fuck no, I went to the gas station and got two of them bitches, bro. We've been on this motherfucker for an hour and a half.
He's mad because I brought up something that he knows is accurate, and it kind of, he's like, "Fuck, man, God damn it, you're right."
For real.
And he doesn't want to be right. He doesn't want me to be right, but he's right. He's like, "Fuck." Now that you said it like that, shit.
Don't worry, Kyle. If you'd pulled the vet card, I'd have folded too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like I kind of got like a shit-eating grin on my motherfucking face because the whole time I'm like, dude, if this motherfucker was right here, he's getting pushed off the bar stool.
Well,
You're not a dirty.
We could be 95% sure on something, right? But if we don't have PID and we engage, where are we going?
Straight to jail.
Yep.
Do not pass go. Do not collect $200.
So let me look it all over, bro. Look it all over. I'm telling you, man. Like I put it on my children's life. IRL, dude. If everything checks out, I am going to make the most strict punishment we can possibly do.
Trust me, I believe you on that. What I don't
But
believe
let me get
is
my
them
PID.
following your shit. That's the problem. I completely trust you to handle your
Listen,
investigation,
if
but I
you-
don't trust that the higher ups are going to go with it like they didn't the last time.
And all I'm asking, you let me do what I need to do. And if you don't like the outcome of that, okay? If you don't like the outcome of that, then go above. Let me try to do my thing.
Look at it this way, Kyle. Paul's left PD before and come back, so he's not afraid. You know, he knows what's up. I think we got this in the right hands.
Do you want to be originally?
Say again, Paul.
I'm asking him if he knows why my internet's fucking shitty right now. Do you know why I left PD in the first place, the original time?
No, I just know you were in a gang.
I left PD because Top Brass wasn't handling something the way I believed in my heart that it should have been handled. That's why I left PD, because they did not handle something the way it should have been handled, and they stuck to their guns. So I wasn't going to be part of that. I wasn't going to stand for a system that didn't handle things the appropriate way.
I'm back. I was at the other end of my kitchen walking.
Like you said, what it boils down to is I left PD originally because it was handled a way that I don't believe it should be. And I understand my internet is shit right now. I got a 500 ping for some fucking reason. But listen, man, if it's not handled the right way, do what you got to do. But let me try to do what I got to do first, all right? That's all I ask.
Like I said, I trust you to handle your investigation. It's what happens after that, because I don't feel anybody's going to do shit about it. Like, we've been here. This isn't the first time. Hell, it's not even the second time.
Well, I do want to point out we do have a 3-rep policy. Now, there are certain circumstances that go that negate that 3-rep policy. So, like I said, you are entitled to do whatever you want to do. If you want to submit it to admin, you can do that. All I ask is you let me do mine, and if you don't like the outcome of what happens afterwards, do what you got to do.
I would say give Paul a chance, though.
I'm going to give him his chance to do what he has to do. But like I said, it's not that part that I'm worried about. I feel that the higher-ups are not going to do anything about it.
So
We'll give them a chance to see what they do.
Yeah, you can't just assume it. We gotta watch what the outcome is first, right? We can't get upset over what might happen. We can only get upset over what does happen.
I mean, we've already seen what happened. Our unit got disbanded. Well, temporarily disbanded. And there's talk about fucking reprimands.
Well, okay, so I don't know if you've seen Discord. So Jared's promoted as commander already. The unit is being restructured. There's no disband, it's a restructure, which just means that right now we're not taking any cases. And that's not an issue. They're having active interviews currently they're accepting interviews and resumes or whatever you want to call it for the new commander. So just give it time.
All right. So, with that being said, I'm going to jump off here. I'm going to go through all the evidence that is still available, readily available, and I'm going to expedite my investigation as much as I possibly can, but still doing a thorough job, all right?
Yes, sir.
And I'm getting out of PD before I get in trouble any more than I think I already am.
How long have you been sitting there, Edge?
He just came back.
I just barely got in.
Do what?
I just barely got in here.
Oh my god, dude, I fucking turned around and scared the fuck out of me.
Same here.
Good. You should be
Jesus
scared.
Christ.
So where is he now?
Mainly because you're so fucking ugly, but I mean, that's beside the point.
Edge, where is she now?
Who?
Roxanne.
I don't think she's online right now. Let me check.
She is online, and she never went 10-7. She never went 10-6. And she's
So
not
I
in
think at
any
this
of the
point-
radio chat.
So I think at this point, because we're under, restructure, I think we just gotta cancel the investigation. And Paul has all the evidence we currently have. Let him handle it from here. And I think the best course of action is to just remove yourself from situations that involve her until the investigation's over, so you don't compromise anything. Or it's I should say, don't compromise anything.
But like, I'm gonna reiterate because Edge wasn't here and Addison wasn't here. I can't speak for Addison, but I'm gonna speak on my behalf now that Edge is here. She's under the assumption that me and Addison were targeting her. So now we gotta deal about the repercussions. If she went downstairs, storming, ranting, swearing, whatever, saying that fucking Addison this and Kyle that are all up fucking stairs and blah blah blah. She was being investigated for gang ties. What's to say anytime we walk out of PD now we're not going to be shot? Or, that we're not going to have officers or stuff against us.
Is there any evidence actually tying her to a gang? Other than somebody who is notoriously coming after people in PD saying that?
Anything that I found, nothing tied her directly to a gang now.
That is
Exactly.
Atwater.
It has to be
You
Hard
need to
Creek.
look at Atwater's investigation into that because he has the proof of her gang ties and where they meet up. That was before I got into the investigation. I was strictly to investigate her activity within PD. I never tailed her. I never followed her anywhere. That was Atwater's assignment.
Okay, so is Atwater posted that in this group that I'm in? I've been added to?
So everything we have is in there, and at this point, even Atwater, I don't believe we ever found anything. We found, where the meetings apparently took place, but at no point was she ever seen with affiliating or having conversations with gang members. Did we find her going 10-6 or going on contraband missions with a regular squad car and then leaving it in locations? Presumably yes, but again, nobody ever saw her physically get out of the vehicle and get into another vehicle with anybody or anything like that.
Okay, so here's the thing. Oh fuck, I forgot where I was going with this. Bear with me a moment. I gotta. Yep, hang on.
You have to have actual proof. I get that. So when you go to the body cam footage of any sort of wrongdoings that she has, you'll see it. But I think I can speak for everybody. We understand there has to be actual proof, right? We can't just assume or presume that things happened or didn't happen. We have to have actual proof of the event.
Okay, so I remember where I was getting ready to go with this. So we gotta take into account who made the original report of gang affiliation. Most people probably don't know, but it was Bremerman, aka Mrs. X. Now, with that being said, she has submitted evidence that have gotten people fired before. So if she had actual evidence of this, she would have submitted that shit a long time ago. So, like I said, I believe that an investigation should have been launched based on the claim. But like I said, if it was actually happening, especially being how much she hates Roxanne, would have submitted evidence.
So I could say that I was in the interview, as was Edison, with Lyric Bannerman in the interview that General Aaron Chapman was doing, where Lyric Bannerman also stated the same thing, and General Chapman said in that interview that those claims were substantiated, so he may have further evidence or proof on those.
And like I said, when we get that evidence, I will take a look at everything and I'll compile everything together. As soon as I get off here, I don't have to work early in the morning, so as soon as I get off here, I will start compiling and looking through stuff.
Anyways, I'm just trying to point you in the right direction.
And who did you say had that evidence?
Chapman.
Copy that.
Addison, since you're back, you've been quiet. Is there anything you want to add to this while you're here? I know you were unhappy with the way she acted towards you.
Yeah, I just didn't like the way she talked to me because I really have not been investigating her, have not been following her around, have not done anything to her. So I just got called to a meeting just like everybody else did. She had no reason to talk to me that way.
Okay, in that situation, I do understand you. Trust me. If we have to deal with punishment for her, that is fine. But keep in mind, in her state of mind, she was cornered. Let's understand that.
She was not.
Yeah, I know, but it doesn't look like that. Okay,
you
have
will
to look
see
at
it in the body cam.
Word.
Even, let's say, even if she was cornered, that doesn't give her a right to disrespect anybody. Because I would not do that.
And I get that. And I get that. That will be dealt with between myself, Chief, and Banks. Trust me.
But I can't get my head wrapped around that. Like, how is she trying to say she was cornered? Like, nobody even said a word to her. She opened the door and started cussing at us. Like, nobody said a word to her. That's not being cornered. She literally, the door wasn't even all the way open and she was cussing at us. How is that being cornered? Being cornered is, once you get in here, everybody starts going on you. That's being cornered. Nobody said a word. In fact, she was asked not to come up here at this time. We were waiting on you. She took it upon herself to come in after she was asked to wait outside until you got here. That's not being cornered. That is her asserting dominance, coming in here and assuming, like, she thought because she saw us standing here that we were making complaints about her. We were called up here. Nobody said shit to her and she just started going off. That's not being cornered. That is her assuming that we were complaining about her because we were standing in here.
Her exact words were that I was stuck up her ass and always causing drama. And as far as I know, I've never said a word about her to anybody.
Kyle, when can you get that body cam to me for this whole incident?
I'm still recording. I'm at 1 hour and 49 minutes. So as soon as we're done with this, I can hop off and upload it, and I can send you the link.
All right. Well, I'm gonna jump off here and start looking at all this stuff. Is there anything else needed from me before I do this?
No, let me know if you need anything else from me, Paul.
Absolutely.
And where am I sending it to? Am I sending it directly to you, or am I sending it to the investigation chat?
Well, considering that we're doing a research right now, if you would just send it to me and Edge Copeland, and we can go from there. All right.
Do I have you on Discord? I know I have Edge.
I'm not sure, but
Just to-
if you just send it to Edge, Edge can get it to me.
Exactly. One thing, I need you to send 2 different footages. I need the part that when she was being disrespectful to you guys into this room, because at her end, I can't hear that from her mic, because you say you have that in recording. I just need to know exactly what she said and what she was disrespecting you guys about, and that I can deal with punishments, because there's already a rule of not using foul language. So if she did use any foul language, that'll be another reprimand, just to let you guys know. If you do want to make that request, Kyle.
Yes, sir.
Anything else needed from me before I go? I'm gonna take that as a no. Kyle, my Discord is right there.
Yes, sir. I see it.
Crane.
Good
Is there
night,
anything
Paul.
else needed from me?
Good night. Just get me that
No,
body
buddy.
cam evidence, and I'll go from there. I'll take it from here.
And you
Alright.
understand what I'm trying to tell you, Kyle, correct?
Yes, sir. I mean, I get it, but at the same time, it's just frustrating because I feel personally that she is being protected, you know, and now we're being told to cease our investigation because she went, and I'm guessing she went and messaged Peter directly, though it shows he has not been online, so I don't know, but I just, again, you know, it's kind of funny if you look at the chat, her and Donovan went 10-7 at the exact same time. So I don't know what's going on between the two of them, but it is adamant that he is covering for her. Because anytime she is brought up or questioned, she immediately says, ask Donovan, ask Donovan, ask Donovan. Like, I don't know how. I have not started. I was told to investigate Donovan and Kylie. I have not made it that far yet. But something is going on between the two of them. I know I have body cam footage of her saying that he was her brother, but I don't know if she meant it as he is her brother in the game or he is her brother in real life.
It could be possible. Honestly, it could be both, or maybe just one or the other. And you gotta understand, you don't know exactly, because for me, I'll tell you this, I don't have the IRL, no friends in here or anybody who I consider as a brother, like a family, but this is a PD family. You know what I'm saying? I do care about everybody's opinions. I do care about everybody's feelings. But again, as a professional matter, as a DFG, and making sure I do my best job as a DFG.
I know, I'm just, like I said, I'm just stating it in general. Like, that was the only thing I asked her when she came in here, was why do you always run to Donovan? Because it's been brought up numerous times. Even that incident with Miss Bannerman, she's like, don't call Donovan. Why you always got to call Donovan? So it's public knowledge that Donovan is covering for her because she always runs to Donovan. Even if Donovan doesn't have any knowledge of it, he will come on the second she needs help. And then she's like free to walk. So I don't know what the involvement is there. Like I said, I was not able to investigate that matter. But Donovan is covering for her. But, it was like what Paul was saying. I have no actual proof of that. It's just what, a 98%, assumption.
And I get that. And trust me, I really do get that. But like I said, without any hard proof evidence, we cannot remove her until we get something that we could relieve her from duties. we need hard concrete evidence. You have to understand that. Yes,
Okay.
she already has one rep pending. The video, if you send, like I said, if you send that video for her outbursts and the foul language, and you want to make a complaint to that and get a reprimand, that is fine. That is something you can send me as a DFG, and I could bring that up with DFG Banks and the chief.
I will. I mean, I just don't understand why, every time we have a blowout with her, she says that she wants to quit. And it's in the chat, it's on body cam, that she says, you guys need to get Banks here now, I fucking quit. Why does nobody honor her wishes? Every time we have a blowout, she says, I want to quit. Okay, but I mean, do you understand how much stuff could have been, de-stressed if the first time this was happening, they honored her and let her quit? It's every time she gets brought up or, she has these blowouts, I fucking quit. Take my fucking uniform. I fucking quit. And it's not fair to the rest of us. That should be honored. She shouldn't be talked out of it because it's a repetitive cycle. It continues to happen over and over again. If she says she wants to quit, that should be honored. Nobody should talk her out of it because this is an ongoing thing and it happens over and over. And it's not fair. Simple as that. It's not fair to the rest of us that somebody talks her out of it when she is bringing toxicity. And now we are all under the gun and under the microscope because we were asked to investigate someone who wants to quit.
And I completely get you. If she wants to quit, that's her decision, like it or not. But here's the problem that Chief's afraid of. Do you know exactly what is targeting one person is?
Yes, and the chief is worried about backlash. That if she quits, she's going to turn around and say that she was forced out.
Exactly, and she has enough proof because there's certain people willing to. I'm not answering to no any 911 calls right now. But I'm not to be rude to you, Psycho, but I'm not gonna respond to the 911 calls because I'm trying to give
I got
a
that.
situation.
10-4.
But yes, he is afraid of the backlash and all that stuff. So he does feel like if any of this happens, this could remove not only him from power, this could remove anybody who is trying to target her specifically. And she can name a whole lot of officers. You know what I'm saying? It's best to get evidence that she's corrupt any type of way. Hardcore evidence. Like I said, what you just have in your body cam, that's enough proof for me to give her a pending reprimand. Again, I had to wait for DFG Bank to watch and also Chief to watch and give them time and get a response.
I get that. At the same time, okay, so I could see the backlash if Chief fires her. Okay? But if she is asking to quit and it is in writing, that is her own decision. Nobody forced her. Nobody made her make that decision but herself. So there really technically can't be any backlash. She can't claim targeting as if she quit. If she was fired, then she could open a complaint that, these guys targeted me. They provided info that was false and they didn't have, 100% guarantee to fire me. But if she's asking to quit, the department cannot get backlash if she's asking to quit.
Well, actually is a lot difficult. You have to understand. If she wants to quit because she felt like she's getting targeted, that is a way for getting complaint from an admin. So actually, you're kind of wrong in that perspective. And like I said, most of my knowledge I ask questions to Eagle. And also ask questions to Yoda as well, because I always DM them and ask them questions. How does this work? How did this work? You know what I'm saying? I listening to what their input as as admins. They know more about these situations. But if she gets fired for breaking these rules, it's a lot different because she's not allowed to make any. She can't do any backlogs because she got fired for all the right reasons.
Okay,
Because
so
we had the support.
our investigation was sanctioned. Okay, both internal affairs and the undercover unit was sanctioned, attached to investigate her. This is a role-played game about police. Okay, she can't claim targeting if she is the subject of an investigation. That's just like IRL, Someone that gets brought into court on charges cannot turn around and say, that I'm being targeted. That is the whole point of investigating. That is not making you targeted. That is because somebody came with a complaint and the police are doing their job to investigate it. Same with here. We were tasked to investigate based off of a complaint. That is not targeting. If we don't find anything, we don't find anything. That's RP. If we don't find any evidence, we don't have any evidence. It's done. It's over with. Next role play. But, she can't claim targeting for being subject to an investigation. That's like me saying that I'm targeted right now on Discord by Chapman and Donovan with them trying to say that I'm doing shit that I'm not. But I don't bring that into the game. I don't continue to go off of that. I mean, I'm targeted by a lot of the people here. But I don't make an issue of it because if they're going to investigate me, cool. Play it out. They're going to investigate me. I can't claim targeting for being subject to an investigation sanctioned by a DFG and the chief. Penny's at the door, I believe.
You could come in. Just looking from our point of view, like again, I do understand your frustration, and they also have the right to investigate you as well. Keep in mind, if you have nothing to hide about, you have no problems. Let me tell you a secret. When I came back from PD, do you know that they all started investigating me when I joined back PD after a month I've been gone?
You brought me here for an intervention. Slap me.
No, who was it?
And you know?
That's not what I'm here.
Oh, the same people, Paul Crane, Donovan, stuff like that. And do you know what they found?
Nothing.
Do you think if I could just
Absolutely nothing.
But now, did you claim that you were
Case
targeted?
was closed.
Did you claim that you were targeted because
No.
you were being investigated? Exactly.
That's not how this step works.
Being subject
No,
of an
you know what?
investigation
Because
is not being targeted.
It demands a result.
I get
Now-
what you're saying, but
now, if
as
I was
me,
just a
I
regular
have
officer-
nothing too high.
If I was just a
I was
regular
regular
officer,
too.
no, I'm saying, so now if I was just a regular officer sitting here in this room, saying that she's doing this, saying she's doing that, yeah, she could say I'm targeting her. She could claim that it's personal. She could say that I don't like her. That's not the case. I am a member
ahead.
of a
You're
detective
good.
unit, and I am tasked with investigating her. Therefore, she cannot say that I am targeting her because I am following orders.
And I get what you're saying. And trust me, I get what you're saying completely. Paul Crane has told me that he has been watching me over a good month, more than a month. And he told me that he found nothing. He found me squeaky clean, nothing. He can link me to anything. Because apparently there was some people saying that, oh, I have gang affiliation and I've been leaking information since I started PD and stuff like that. They thought I was a spy. And they found nothing.
You can get those pieces.
Okay, I saw what you here for. Give me a second.
Because I know you are the type of man.
I need to double check if that's true. Give me a second. Let me get my other device. I mean, not in the same room. One moment, please.
What's up, Penny? You got a cheeseburger? I've been here for over 2 hours. I'm fucking hungry.
I have no cheeseburgers today, Kyle.
Jay. So how's your day going?
It's okay.
That's good.
It's been Better than some days, if that says anything.
That is always a plus. I'm glad you weren't here for this freaking outlash, otherwise you would have been accused of being up somebody's ass too for no reason.
I'm so tired of that. But yeah, before I got on here, I checked Discord, and I seen Jared just going the fuck off on Chief, saying he was coming for his job, and I was like, what?
Yep, because Chief disbanded the entire detective unit because of Roxanne. Because, you know, we confronted her about all of our findings, and she went to Donovan.
Freaking Paul Crane, I'm gonna kick his behind. He sent me a picture of a roasted turkey chicken. I'm hungry. I haven't eaten yet because I'm still online. But
I know, I just asked
give me a
Penny for a
second.
cheeseburger.
But the Chief told me to do something. Give me a second. I need to find exactly what he told me to do.
Are we set? Well, I'm contacted on this, brother. He says he's
That's cool
found
that he told you to write me up
that's
because he told me to find a DFG because he was getting ready for church. So that's probably not what it is, but I just thought I'd ask.
what?
What you trying
Maybe
to be, a
that
captain?
might be the issue,
We have a contract.
but I gotta make sure that's exactly what he asked me to do. Yep, you're right. I got you right now. Give me a second.
You know you're about to get shot, right?
Hold up here for 3 days.
Oh, yeah.
That's not how this contract
I'm
works.
ready for it.
In 3 days, a warm body turns cold.
I don't think Edge can hit you from over there.
$1,000, but you said yes.
Oh wait, I clicked the wrong button and demoted you.
50K in the hole.
Ha!
Oh no, I'm
Oh,
definitely not.
no.
I don't want the money. I want you to honor the fucking deal.
Yay!
I hear you have an impressive team. Now I need you to back yourself. Bye, listen. Let's talk about it, shall we?
Congratulations on making captain. Now go get cheeseburgers.
Oh, yeah. I love cheeseburgers.
I see how this works. I pay you.
Alright, so I need to clear my mind. It looks like he ain't coming back for his punishment. Therefore, Chief is gonna do it.
Full magazine. You can go now, you go so. I'll set you up, I'll give you 4 good wheels.
Yeah, he texted me. He's gonna leave PD.
You're gonna be alone. $10,000.
Yep, there's gonna be a lot of people quitting after this.
And then 4 in the trunk, 6 magazines.
So, if you don't mind me asking, what's up with the whole Jer situation? What happened there?
I will let Edge inform you of that because I don't even know. I'm just over the whole shit.
I always miss the juicy stuff every time.
Yeah, not me. Party partner.
Cheeseburgers are good, juicy. I want to fucking cheeseburger.
I'm always busy eating cheeseburgers. That's why I always miss everything.
I know I got in the squad car after the other day. I had to take it to a car wash.
Oh no.
Oh boy, it's gonna be a heck of a long night.
You better call DoorDash because you're going to be hungry. I'm going to shut my body cam off now because it's been on for 2 hours and 10 minutes.